I'm just learning this camera. Okay.
Okay.
Your name again? And then...
Jenny V.
Okay, and a Lasqueti woman, right?
And that's correct.
All right. You've been here how long?
I've been coming here for 19 years, living here full time for 13.
Wonderful. And what's the best part of living on the island and the worst part?
Well, I'll repeat myself, I guess. The best part of living on the island is...
It's a new recording.
Yeah, is the fact that I am in the forest and that the island's surrounded by a moat. There are no worst parts. There are... the inconvenience of living here can be challenging sometimes.
Now, I get a feeling that Lasqueti women are a breed apart. Would you agree?
Yes.
What about them? Tell us a little bit about Lasqueti women.
They are tough. They are resilient. They're incredibly beautiful in general. Strong. They're truthful and talented.
Are they brazen?
Lots of them are. Yes.
You're going to stay on the island?
Oh yeah, this is my home. This is my tribe. Yeah.
All right, fine. This is Bonnie Joy, and we're at her little gift shop in Lasqueti. Tell me a little bit. What made you decide to live on an island, first of all?
I fell in love with a man and packed up my children within a few months and moved here. I had learned about Lasqueti when I was about 12 years old and always thought it was a mecca that I should try to get to. And I moved here when I was 25.
Fantastic. And what's the hard part of island life? What's the hardest part about it?
There is no hard part.
Oh, that's wonderful. What are the joys for you of living?
The joys are being in a very tight community. I've never lived anywhere as long as I've lived here. And knowing your neighbor, knowing everybody's animals, cats, dogs, children, being self-sufficient, having to take care of every aspect of our lives, of our own. Like, there is no garbage pickup, there is no sewage, there is no anything. So we are responsible for 110% of everything that goes on. I really like that.
Yeah.
I like that it costs a lot less money to live here, unless you're a person that goes over all the time, and I rarely go over, so I can live here less expensively than on the other side.
Yeah. Did you raise kids here? Do you have a family?
I did. When I brought my children here, I took the school population to 68. And now the school population
How long have you been here? I forgot. I asked you, I think.
I've been here 28 years.
Isn't that wonderful?
I am the third oldest business on Lasqueti.
Oh, that's wonderful. Any advice to people in the modern world about should they get off the grid or stay where they are?
I think people need to do whatever they need to be content in their lives. This is something that really works for me.
Okay.
I'm 59 this year, and I feel like my body is stronger and more vital than perhaps a city-living 59-year-old person.
Yeah.
So I plan to be here till I die and hope to be strong and vital until that time. But I don't think anybody should come here that isn't completely drawn to the lifestyle.
Right.
It's a very physical lifestyle.
Tough, yeah. Lasqueti women are a special breed, you know.
I brought my brother-in-law here years ago and took him to an arts fest that you were just at and left him on his own. He's a social worker on Vancouver Island, and he came up to me about halfway through the event and he said, "The power of Lasqueti is in the women." And I said, "That's really true, but how do you know that?" And he said, "Well, I'm watching how everybody greets each other, and women are like, yay, hi, and hugs and kisses, and the men are kind of standing back and nodding and being real happy, but all the power was in the women."
That's wonderful. We're on Lasqueti Island, and this is the residence of Carla Roney, and here's her guest, Caroline. Caroline, where are you from?
Vancouver.
Oh, yeah. But you lived here on the island, right?
For a few years.
Oh, yeah. And what brought you to living on an island like this?
To live a simpler life and to learn about living off the land more.
Yeah.
Learn about organic gardening and to have the freedom that one has here.
Sure. And so how'd you hear about Lasqueti, or were you...
The first time I heard about it was at a rainbow gathering on the west coast of Vancouver Island.
I see.
And someone who was a traveler who had spent some time here told me about it, and it sounded like a place I'd like to go.
And my theory is that Lasqueti women are a special breed. Would you care to comment on that?
Okay, I think they're wild and wonderful women.
Yeah.
Definitely wild in a great way. And
Are they
definitely-
brazen?
yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I'm especially impressed by the women who manage to live on their own here. It's not easy. You
Yeah.
know, you have to get your firewood, you have to haul it, you have to chop it. There's so many things here that are quite difficult that someone from the city couldn't really picture what it all takes just to get by here. Yeah, you have to have gumption. That's a good word for it.
Isn't it, huh?
It's wonderful in all kinds of ways, but yeah, it takes a lot also to live here.
And tell us your full name again.
Carolyn Schaefer.
All right, Carolyn, thanks a lot. Are you a Lasqueti woman?
I am. I'm a Lasqueti woman today. But other times I'm another woman.
Uh-huh. What did you say about Lasqueti women? Once you're here, you become one or something?
Once you're here on Lasqueti, you become a Lasqueti person. I don't know about the women versus the men. I'm not sure.
Well, I find personally that the Lasqueti women are extremely strong. You know, that's one of the things. A lot of gumption.
Well, then if it takes strength to be a Lasqueti woman, then maybe I'm close.
Maybe what?
Maybe I'm close to being a Lasqueti
I see.
woman too. I dance a lot.
Oh, yeah, I see you're dancing as I film
I
you,
dance. Yes, I dance now. I dance every day. I'm dancing in this little car that picked me up on my way to Mud Bay. That rhymed, actually.
right? Well, thanks. That was...
You're welcome. Bag of salad.
No, it's
Bite back. No, we're nice.
they're wonderful.
No, I didn't say you bit badly. You bite nicely.
Oh, one more thing, Sarah. For people, what are the hardest parts of living on an island like this and the best parts?
I would say the hardest part of living on an island like this is just general life maintenance. You know, you get a flat tire, it's a full day episode to fix it. You need groceries, anything like that becomes a major deal.
Yeah.
The best part about living on Lasqueti is also sort of one of the worst things.
What's that?
No cops.
Oh, great.
He gets to ride in the back of the truck. But yeah, it's a small community, so everybody knows your business, which can be a real drag,
Yeah.
but can also be really supportive and really helpful.
Sure.
It makes you get your shit together too if everybody knows about it.
Oh, say that again?
It makes you get your shit together if everybody knows
Yeah, I know what you're up to, yeah. Okay. Well, your name again?
My name's Kaya.
Where do you live?
I live in Nelson, BC, but I grew up on the
You grew up here? Yeah. All right. Well, tell people, what's the greatest thing about living on Lasqueti or an island, and what's the worst thing?
Whew. Well, you get to be naked a lot. Where you can't other places.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
I would say that's the best part. And the worst part, this could be isolation. I don't really mind that because I like to just sit around and read books.
Got to be able to entertain yourself, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Now, what would you say about Lasqueti women? Could you sum it up? Are they a special breed?
For sure.
Like
Special
what?
breed for sure.
Explain. What about them? Are they brazen?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And what else?
I would say that they are tough
Yeah.
and self-sufficient
Yeah.
and intimidating
Intimidating,
and
yeah.
hilarious.
Thanks a lot. Tell me this, living on an island like this, what's the worst and the best things about it?
Well, it's hard. You lug everything up and down with to get it here. You know, you lug it.
Everything, yeah, I told my son, everything you eat,
A lot of work.
a lot of work. And what's the advantages of the island life?
There is moments of complete peaceful mood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It is like that.
Yeah, Adam was saying to me just now, he could live on this island. He likes it.
You would? Oh, I like you to say that. We need young people, you know.
Yeah.
It's not easy to make a living here, though, as you know. It's a hard place to make a living.
But what's the great positive side of
The
living?
positive side, you're not spending like that, and you're going into the thinking of, or the
the attitude of preserving and recycling.
Oh, preserving, yeah, not wasting and so on, yeah.
Absolutely.
And what about Lasqueti women? Are they different?
No, I don't think so. We have stubborn ones, and we have, and then we have very easygoing ones, and everything in between.
So there's nothing special about Lasqueti women? I've been told they're independent, they're strong.
Well, I don't think we are so different than other women.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Rena. All right, well, here we go. Your name, please?
Megan.
You grew up on Lasqueti?
Yep.
How long did you live here? You're in France now, right?
I live in France now, but I'm 36 and I consider it my home, and I went to high school obviously in Vancouver till I was 18.
Yeah.
It's a few years away there, and then spent a lot of time in Africa and other countries, and a lot of time in Nelson.
Yeah.
Always come home. But
Yeah. So this is home, yeah.
This is home.
And what are the best and worst things about living on an island like this, off the grid?
Best is a sense of community and taking care of each other and feeling that acceptance and sense of team.
Mm-hmm.
Hardest, well, I don't know, because the things that are hard are also what makes it magic. Like, you can't just go and you go over, you forget the right size of screw, well, you have to wait for a few days to finish your project.
Yeah.
That's really frustrating and hard, but at the same time, it's
no hardware store on the island.
It's just, you know, there's stuff like that, but that's just more technical.
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah, I'll think about that. I'll get back to you.
Okay, what about Lasqueti women? Now, this is are Lasqueti women a special breed?
Well, I don't have anything to compare them to, but apparently you do hear that the Texada women are often threatened because do lots of our own work and build our own houses, etc. So they
Really? Yeah.
don't really like that, but
Are Lasqueti women brazen?
brazen. Some.
Yeah. And what else are they? Is there a generalization you can give about Lasqueti women?
Competent and capable.
Yeah.
I would say.
Wonderful. We're here on Lasqueti Island. We're in the home of Kathy Fisher and Lawrence Fisher. And getting a little pan here. You hear a laughter to the side there.
Just having a little joke with Adam.
Oh, yeah. And here we have Kathy. All right, Kathy.
Hello.
First of all, how long have you been on the island?
42 years.
Wow. You were one of the pioneers then, huh?
Of sorts.
What is it that made you want to live on an island?
Hot boyfriend.
So you came over here to be with a hot boyfriend.
Yeah.
You end up marrying him, or was it another? Yeah. How many children?
3.
Wonderful. And 42 years, and yet you've lived all that time on the island, never anywhere else.
Well, I had to be in town for 5 years when the kids were in high school.
I see. Okay, and about Lasqueti, what's the greatest things and the worst things living here?
The worst thing is the ferry in the wintertime. The greatest thing is the people that live here.
Okay. And any advice to someone who might think of living off the grid?
You don't really need as much as you think you do.
Does it take a certain kind of character here?
Definitely, definitely.
What is that?
Wussies don't cut it. You have to have all your modern conveniences. You have to have your microwaves. You have to have your hair dryers. Well, that you can't do this lifestyle without.
Yeah, I got you. Well, now, you know, this is a little series on Lasqueti women, of which you're the deaness or whatever. What about Lasqueti women? Are they special?
Alpha. All Lasqueti women are alpha. The guys are the first ones to tell you that.
Alpha meaning?
Top dog.
Huh?
Top dog.
Top dog.
Oh, yeah.
More
We're
about.
all very strong-minded, willful women.
Are they brazen? Huh?
Depends on the circumstance.
Oh, I see. And does the island select them? I mean, does the island attract a certain kind of woman, or does it turn them into that kind of woman?
Attracts them.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
If you aren't one, how do you become one?
Yeah.
I mean, you either are or you aren't.
Yeah, I
It's a
follow.
lot easier to tone somebody down than to pick them up.
That's true, isn't it? Huh?
And we need a lot of toning down.
Well, I think that's